My name is Kathleen. I'm a fitness instructor from Prince Edward Island, Canada, and I'm training for my very first ultra marathon. I've never even actually run a marathon before, so if you are interested in following a pretty amateur journey of how to train for an ultra marathon, I'm going to be documenting the process. So I'm going to lace up and I will see you out on the trail. All right, warmed up. I'm out on the trail. I had a little false start there. One of the things that I wanted to do on this running series is to be honest and real about the process and the journey. And part of that is to be able to tell you about kind of the awkward and embarrassing things that happen. And so, disclaimer, if you're a dude, you might not be super interested in this particular portion. Just a couple kilometers away from my house here, before I had even gone, I think 400 meters, I had a little bit of a leakage situation. So it's the first day of my period, and so obviously, as we women know, that means heavy. And, kind of sucks timing wise that it landed on my long run day, but it is what it is. And you got to train for these things because the same thing happens on your race day. You want to be prepared. I'm testing out a new menstrual product, which is a disc. And because I was having some issues with my cup. Anyway, the disc is also apparently providing some issues for me. It leaked 400 meters into my run. So I ran back home, had to change my underwear, my tights, and switched it up to a tampon, which I never run in. So again, thankfully I was close to home, and this is troubleshooting, because if this happens on race day, I want to know what's the game plan, what I'm going to do. Trial and error, testing it all out. Like I said, sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what you're in for. And I haven't worn a tampon in years, so oh gosh, that's also the good, the bad, and the ugly. Is tripping on trails. We're already action-packed. Just a couple minutes into this. There you have it. I'll keep you updated along the way. All right, so a little bit on kind of my fitness journey. Yeah, I've been a fitness instructor for 15 years, but I only started running just 3 years ago. So I'm entering my 4th year as a runner, and I knew nothing about running before 2022. So everything I've learned has been very recent. I've had a few coaches and I've taken some courses, which has really helped. Of course, as anything in life, we learn best through doing. So I've been running quite a bit and doing some races, some trail races, and I discovered that I really love trail running in particular. It's just a totally different type of running. Yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun. So even though I'm a fitness instructor, and I have like a solid fitness base and I have a solid fitness knowledge, it doesn't really mean that I'm gonna be a pro runner or anything. Because again, running is just a really different beast. And actually, when I started running, I learned that my cardio fitness really wasn't very good. Running was really hard at the start. And I started by running 3 times a week. My goal was 3 times a week, 15 minutes each time. That was it. For me to be running an ultra or training for an ultra just 3 years later is, to me, a huge accomplishment. And if so you are a beginner and you're thinking about running, just know that it is possible. And I always recommend starting small. That's how you're going to make it work. Baby steps and you'll get there. All right, look at this view. It's so pretty. Running in PEI in the summer is such a treat. I feel so lucky to live here. All right, here's John. Say hi, John.
Hello.
This is my husband of 19 years. We have 4 kids together. John started running around the same time as me. And yeah, we've basically done all of our training and races together. And this is our favorite spot to run, and it's really pretty this time of year. How pretty is that? So it's a pretty hot day today. I think it's like maybe, it's like 25 degrees, but it's not humid, so that's good. And there's a bit of a breeze. All in all, not too bad. So the ultra that John and I are training for is in Newfoundland. As far as I know, Newfoundland is a rock. That's why they call it the Rock, which means that the training surface that we have here on PEI is nothing like what we're going to be racing on. Our trail that we train on is just mostly dirt. There are some roots, but it's not technical, especially the specific trail that we train on. There are slightly more technical trails on PEI, but we live a little bit far from them. As you can see behind me, it's pretty much just a path that goes through the woods. That being said, we can't really train very specifically for this ultra. I don't actually know what the elevation is of it. I should know that, but I haven't found it out yet. We're still 3 months out from it, so I haven't looked that far ahead. Elevation wise, I don't think it's too crazy. So I'm mostly just working on putting in the time on our legs right now and time on the trail. As you can see here, our woods is pretty sad looking because of Hurricane Fiona, but the people who take care of this trail really put a lot of work into it, so they've cleared it all up. Very grateful to them for doing so, because I get to run on it without putting any work in. So thank you to whoever cleans the trails up.
Survivor guy. Yeah. And he used, anyway, it just made me really appreciate him.
Right, I am an hour and a half into this long run, so halfway there. Woo! I just love this shot. Look how pretty that is. Off John goes. I'm gonna do a little walk break for a minute. And I was just gonna say, so for anyone who doesn't know what an ultra distance is, it's anything over 50K. I believe the race I'm training for is just straight up 50K. Although these ultras tend to always tack on a few extra kilometers somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they're always a little bit longer than you think. Yeah, I've only max run 28K up to this point. I'm not sure how long it's going to be today. Probably just around 26 or 27. Yeah, my game plan is just to build up the mileage slow and steady. I do want to keep a little bit of speed work in my runs, because I do find when you're training for an ultra, what I've experienced so far is that you tend to slow down. And if I do want to run a half marathon, which I'm thinking about running the PEI half after the ultra, I want to have a little bit of pep in my legs, a little bit of speed. Gonna have to work that in somehow. I'm kind of just doing my own thing right now. I've had a few different coaches over the years, like I said, and I've learned a lot, and from what I've learned from them and what I'm finding out online, I'm just kind of patching together my own thing right now. Love this part of the trail. It's so pretty. So the first trail race that I ran was 2 years ago, I believe, and it was a 10K, and it was here on PEI. It was the first ever Fanshawe trail run, and I actually placed first female for the 10K, which was pretty funny because I hadn't ever done a trail race before. Oh, look. Oh, there's a pretty bird. Flew away though. I'm too loud. Anyway, I was pretty pleased about that. I think I was actually in the top 10 overall as well, but all depends on numbers for these things, and if not many people sign up for the race, then well, your odds go up. And then I signed up for another trail race in Nova Scotia just about a month or two after that, and whoo, that was a different story. I think I placed middle of the pack for that one, but not only that, it was brutal. I was not prepared for the terrain. Like I said, these easy trails. I think I rolled my ankles about 100 times. I wiped out at least 3 or 4 times. It was not a glory race, that's for sure. I learned something in every single race I do. That's what I've learned. And it's good. You don't know until you get out and do it, right? You can read about it and watch videos like this about it, but until you get out there and experience for yourself, you're never really gonna know. Hopefully this is inspiring someone to get out and start running, or maybe try a trail run, because there's nothing better than being surrounded by beautiful nature, greenery, birds, sun, sky. It's my happy place. All right, favorite part of ultra training, John?
Breakfast of Champions.
Right here.
Sponsored by Mars.
This is our favorite part. Nobody told us that ultra trainers got to eat junk food, and when we found that out, we were pretty pumped.
Yeah.
We tell our kids not to eat junk food, but I guess we're being a bad example. Hey, your body needs glucose to fuel, so we're gonna have a little snack. You wanna open that, John?
Yeah, here you are.
Thank you. Look at that.
Little log of poo.
It does look like a little log of poo. Eating and running, you know, I have to say it really takes the joy out of it. I don't really like running while I eat.
I find it annoying on race day. Trying to eat, every chew feels like a nuisance, but on a day like today, I don't mind it.
Yeah, agree.
We just had our first Mars bar during a run like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't had a Mars bar. Ow! Oh! Whoa!
What did you do? Oh my goodness! Are you okay?
I am all right. Oh!
Oh, did that go into your foot?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it went right through my shoe, into the bottom
Oh
of my
my
foot.
gosh!
There you go, caught on film.
Wow. Really is a journey of the good, the
Probably a
bad, the ugly. Wow, that was a real adventure. Eating a Mars bar, John's getting a stick stuck through his shoe. We realized afterwards, you should have worn his trail shoes. Those are just your road shoes. Trail shoes are thicker. Anyway, he's fine. He'll survive. We're on the Confederation Trail now, running side by side. I was thinking, I'm coaching soccer this summer, and I'm always trying to tell the girls to slow down on their warm-up run. They still sprint it. Every time I'm just like, girls, you're just warming up, you're not sprinting. And I think that's why when you're a kid, running sucks. It's so hard. It's 'cause you don't know how to pace yourself. It's one of the things we've learned. Slow running is where it's at. It's fun to do speed work, but slow running is what keeps you in it for the long term. You want to be able to talk like I'm doing. Carry on that conversation with your friend that you're running with, and if you can't, slow it down. Right, John?
Yep, that's right.
Thoughts?
Slow.
Words of wisdom?
Slow is gold.
Go low and slow. And feel the flow. On the go.
Ah,
I'm a poet.
feel the sugar from the Mars bar.
Oh yeah, it's settling in. Settling into my bloodstream. My cells are rejoicing. I hope we get sponsored by Mars after this. Alright, so I am finished of the run. I did end up cutting off a little bit at the end. My legs got really heavy towards the last half hour, somewhere after the Mars bar. Legs started to get heavy. Being only 5 days post pretty high effort race, I wanted to be easy on myself and give myself some grace, so I shaved off the last 15 minutes of the race, or the run today. John is continuing on his way. He's gonna run home from here, and I have to get home and relieve our babysitter. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and stay tuned. We'll be posting more as we continue to train for this ultra marathon. Thanks for watching.